Hey guys, Ninja Gaming here, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ed.
And today we are reviewing Tomb Raider.
The newest in the series.
Well, technically it's the oldest, but the newest game.
But, wait, really?
It's the oldest, but it's the newest game.
Let's just go to the review with Kyle.
Hey, wait, I'm doing the review?
No, you're doing the story.
Let's go to me with the story.
Let's go to the story.
For the story of Tomb Raider, you're aboard a ship called the Endurance. This is Laura's first expedition, with this game taking place before all the other games in the series, so if you played those, you can forget about them for now. So you have the intention of finding a lost Japanese kingdom when the ship is suddenly struck by a big storm and split into two. Leaving the survivors stranded on the island in the Dragon's Triangle, Laura is separated from the others when she is captured by a strange, savage man trapped in a cave. Laura must then escape and try and locate the other survivors. As you search for your crew, you find more evidence that the island is inhabited, complete with strange carvings, dead bodies, and rural sacrifices. That's pretty much it for the story without giving away too much. Now here's Ed with the gameplay and the multiplayer.
Alright, thanks Kyle. Now on to the gameplay and multiplayer. Pretty much, first of all, the gameplay is amazing to look at. Of course, Square Enix was involved in this, so of course all the cutscenes and graphics is going to look amazing. And also, it's really cool how they set up the whole entire game, because the third-person view actually makes you feel like you're actually there. Because you feel like you're actually like filming all our expedition, which is kind of creepy in a way, but still cool. So pretty much what happens, what this whole entire game is you actually get certain weapons throughout the game. And actually through salvage that you find during the whole entire game, salvage is pretty much the money in the game, you can make your weapons better, more accurate, less recoil for guns, and a more powerful bow. So yeah, the gameplay in this is really cool because it's actually somewhat free roam as well. It's not 100% free roam, and what I mean by that is that they give you an objective that it's up there on the hill that you have to get to it, but you don't have to go a certain path. You always can go a certain way to get up there. So it's really cool and really awesome. The one thing about the gameplay is it's a little bit unrealistic. You know, she can hit a tree, get mauled by a pack of wolves, and then get hit by a spike and go straight through her thigh, but she's perfectly fine. So yeah, that's the one thing that was a little bit weird. And of course this game is also somewhat stealthy. You can actually walk around and do things stealthily. You can actually kill people without being noticed. Now that's pretty much it with the gameplay. The multiplayer in this game has actually 4 different ways of playing it. 2 we're all very familiar with, which is Team Deathmatch, where you play as either the Islanders or Laura's crew, and pretty much you have to go and kill the opposite team and get the most points. Then there's also free-for-all, which is pretty much the same thing as Team Deathmatch, only it's just free-for-all. There is no teams. Now there's 2 different ones. Even though they sound different, they actually have very familiar concepts, such as A Cry for Help is pretty much just an objective-based gameplay where you have to go and get these generators and keep them within your hold besides your other team, the opposite team. Also, there's a game called Rescue. Now, Rescue has a certain special way where you actually have to, if you're playing as Laura's crew, you have to get a medical kit, which is in somewhere on the map, and bring it back to your camp. Now, the Islanders pretty much have to attack Laura's crew, but the only way they can actually kill them is by assassinating them. Now, also, assassination moves isn't just sneaking up behind them or stabbing them in the back. It is also where if they are down on the ground, they have like a last stand type of thing, and you have to go up with your pickaxe and just like stab them in the throat or something along those lines. Now, pretty much that's it with the gameplay and multiplayer. So we're going to go back to Kyle with pros and cons.
Wait.
Okay, we got this.
Ready?
Okay, yep.
Thanks, Ed, for the gameplay.
Now on to the pros and cons of this game. Now what do you think about the cons? What are some of the cons?
Some of the cons to this game, well, one of the big ones is if you have your bow and arrow and you're going to shoot them, you can shoot them anywhere, and if you're in stealth mode, and it'll still do a critical hit.
Yeah, which we kind of thought was a little bit weird, is that, like,
you could shoot them in the knee, in the groin, you could shoot them in the pinky, and all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, I'm dead.
But then if you're seen,
Right.
Unless it's a headshot, that they're not going to die instantly. You could shoot. I have to like if I have a bow and arrow out, I have to like shoot them once if I'm in stealth mode anywhere. Right. Doesn't matter. But if I'm spotted, I have to shoot him like 5 times in the chest, or just once in the face. Of course, that's a death shot. Right. But yeah, we kind of thought that was a little bit, make the stealth more shot
realistic,
like, in the heart or in the face.
Right, and you could do it where you could put like a damage multiplier. Yeah. Whereas it takes more damage, but if you're in stealth mode. But I wouldn't go as far as to killing with one hit.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's the one thing that was a little bit weird about the game. Another thing we saw was that there is some glitches of skipping. Yeah, there was some glitches on and off. The voice sometimes unsynced from the actual characters speaking. Yeah, it skipped. It skipped a little bit. Like, it would just say, like, and then keep on going with what, it said. And sometimes even the action was like that as well. So yeah, that was like just a minor thing, but
and there was one more con. Ed, you want to tell us about that one?
Now, the one thing is in this game is and I saw this during the trailer and everything, and I think this is a little bit non-realistic that she'll hit a tree, get mauled by dogs, get shot a couple of times, do this, do that, and everything else like that. Yet she gets up and she's like, "I'm fine.
Yep,
I'm fine."
She pulls a log out of her chest.
From the very beginning of the game, she pulls out like a spike, and she gets up and she's like, "Okay, I'm fine.
Yep,
I'm okay, guys. I'm okay."
So that's a little bit unrealistic.
Don't need a medical aid. I just fell through some rocks and some caverns and everything. Got mauled by a pack of wolves, and hit a few trees on the way down here. Right. But I'm fine.
Now, it's one thing to have a bad day, but it's another thing to just pull a log out of yourself and be like, "Okay, guys.
Okay, we're good. Woo." That was close.
I put some peroxide on it.
I could have died.
Neosporin up in here.
And so that was the one thing.
Right.
Now, that's pretty much it with the cons?
Yeah, that's pretty much it with the cons. Now on to some of the pros. One of the major pros of this game is it's absolutely beautiful. And
yeah, Square Enix had a point in this. So of course, when you get Square Enix, you're going to have amazing like cutscenes and everything else like that. So, yeah, that's one of the things that was really good. And the story was really fantastic.
The story was very, it brought you in a lot.
Yeah.
Whether you were a Tomb Raider fan before this game or if you're new to the Tomb Raider series, because this does take place before the other Tomb Raider games in the series.
Yeah.
But the whole story just draws you in, and it keeps you going. It keeps you wanting to play the rest of the game to see what happens next.
Yeah, and I honestly wasn't a huge Tomb Raider fan, actually, before this game, but I actually love this game now and everything, and because of that huge thing, it really draws you in and really makes you keep on wanting to go. And plus, the gameplay and just the whole, it's semi-free roam and everything. It really all comes together very well.
Yeah, it's not just a girl with boobs.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, girl with boobs, she can do flips and shoot things.
So,
but
So
yeah.
that's one of the big pros. Is it actually has a really good story and it draws you in a lot.
Yeah. And the multiplayer, nothing really special, but it does work well.
Yeah.
It's nothing new that we haven't seen before, but still, it is a nice little tweak to the game.
It's a nice extra touch so that when you do play all the way through the story, you can play through some multiplayer a little bit and get a different experience.
And of course, with the whole online pass, that you don't need that for this game.
Right, so that's a big bonus.
Yeah, for us,
especially, yeah.
Yeah, we honestly, me and Kyle, we don't like the online passes whatsoever. We just think that's not needed. Anyways,
that's pretty much it for the pros. So Ed, what would you rate this game?
I would actually rate this game a solid 8.5. Because some of the stuff in the game, it's just not realistic at some points and everything, and kind of the skipping kind of stops it. But still, it is a really good game to buy and really nice and everything else like that. So 8.5.
And Ed says an 8.5. I would give this game a solid 9. And that's because of the fact that the story really does draw you in, and it's a great story-driven game. Especially with Ed not playing it before and not liking the Tomb Raider games that much beforehand. This got him into the series, and like he said, he played all the way through it, and he loved it, and he kept wanting to play more. So it definitely draws you in. It's got a great story, it makes a lot in a game, and like we said earlier, the graphics are just phenomenal. They're some of the best graphics out there. So
yeah, honestly, this is just a really, really fantastic game that you could just sit down and look out at like the ocean and everything. It's fantastic.
It's got a really dynamically built environment. So there's a lot of stuff to explore, a lot you want to continue off and pass off to look at and explore.
Yeah.
And so that's another big bonus to this game. So that's why I would rate this a solid 9. And like we said earlier, the multiplayer is nothing special, but it also adds that
little
extra little flavor.
A little spice, little flavor to it. 9 for Kyle, 8.5 for me, and as always, guys, subscribe if you already subscribed. Thank you very much. We love you and everything, and you helped us through the years and everything, and keep on going. We're still going to bring out episodes. But if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. It's right there.
Let us know what kind of games you want down below here in the comments. Let us know what you like about the show, what you dislike about the show.
Anything.
Yep, and because we're here for you, we want to do what you guys want as a show.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, guys, share and like this. We would really appreciate it. Put it on Facebook or MySpace.
Share it in your gamer clicks.
Yeah, exactly. Anything, just put down in the comments as Kyle said.
Yep.
So as always, guys, we'll see you later.
Thanks.